Hello everyone, welcome to the Ben Jason Video Cast. I'm Jason.
And I'm Ben.
And you may have not seen us for quite some time, but
3 or 4 months at least.
but hey, we've been so we thought we'd do a little year-in review here, talk about the movies that we did see and also the ones that we
Wish we'd seen.
wanted to see. So Ben, you know, we had talked right before we started filming, and there was a few movies that you talked about. One of them was the Predator movie. Now, I'm not a huge Predator fan, but you are. And from what you have heard about the movie, and it's called Prey. What makes you think you want to watch it? What makes you think you don't want to watch it?
Well, with this one, it takes place in a period where Native Americans was still pretty prominent in several different areas of the United States, and so this film has the it's more cultural, I guess you could say. It's not just big Arnold Schwarzenegger or Danny Glover or whoever going after the Predator. This one is more wild, I guess you could say, in the sense that you don't have guns and everything. Right. It's a Native American girl fighting this alien creature and whatnot, and just the way it looks, it just looks cool to me. And I like Predator, not as much as Alien if I'm comparing the two, but Predator has always been one of those characters and creatures and stuff that I've always enjoyed the lore and stuff of. And I was hoping when I first seen the trailer that this movie would do well, because the last 2 Predator films didn't do well at all. So, if something doesn't do well, then that can be the death knell of a franchise. Right. And you don't get anything else. Well, this one actually did do pretty good on Hulu. It's a Hulu film, and so I'm happy for that, because if they can do that quality with this film, then they can continue the franchise on in a better direction. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I just haven't yet. I don't have Hulu. I usually pay for a subscription to watch a series or something, then I unsubscribe. But with this one, I hope to watch it. And the new Predator character, creature, whatever alien species that's in there looks pretty scary looking and looks pretty cool.
So is the Predator series kind of like almost like any horror movie series, to where they come out with one every couple of years, or is it like is there going to be an end point, like kind of like Star Wars or something like that?
No, it's not going to be an end point. The story is always more or less going to revolve around a predator, which I can't think of the name of the species within the franchise or the race, but basically, they come to Earth or wherever in the books, but they come to a place and they begin their hunt, and then you have the protagonist that finds him or herself, surviving and fighting the thing. And that's basically the bulk of the story.
Yeah.
But it'll continue on from here on out. There's no end point.
Yeah. And that's called Prey, available on Hulu. So if you've seen it, don't let us know, because we haven't watched it.
No. But feel free to comment if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me.
One movie, though, that I still cannot believe that neither one of us has watched was Halloween.
Yeah.
And I know that it didn't get like really good reviews because some people say the ending or something like that. Now, I haven't seen it, and I've tried to stay away from
you don't
comments or anything like that, because it's going to give it away.
Alerts.
Yeah. So I've tried to give that away, but to see Jamie Lee Curtis, it's almost like she almost has to be in it at this point. You know what I mean? Like almost every Halloween movie that has come out.
It's almost like Sigourney Weaver in the Alien franchise.
Yeah, without her, there is no series or franchise. So I just wonder, though, at some point, she's already in her 70s, 60s, 70s. She's not going to be around, or at least not able to act much longer. So I just wonder how that series is going to take off or continue.
I think, we've had the originals, and then we've had the Rob Zombie reboot, then we've got this reboot, and the films within the 2000s, Halloween, H2O, and Resurrection, to me is, and I haven't seen them, I have them, but I haven't seen them, but I view them as almost reboots within themselves, or you know, that franchise I think is going to continue without Jamie Lee Curtis. It might be 10 years, 15, 20,
Yeah.
but they'll redo it, and whoever does it will take their take on it. I find that when you have a recurring character like Jamie Lee Curtis or Sigourney Weaver, and especially 20, 30 years up through the original, then you start really like nostalgia clicking everyone to watch it. And are you relying on the story, or are you relying on the people that have been in it for so long to tell it? And you know, I would like to see it without her. As far as the new take on it, I think it should be done for a while. If you had a Michael Myers versus whoever, then it's going to go off into kind of goofy territory.
Kind of like the one Michael, you know, Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
That movie was like, really? So.
But I think I still want to see it, and it's probably not going to be as good as the 2017 or whatever that we watched. But hey, we'll find out.
Yeah. One thing that I would like to kind of see them do with Halloween is maybe a perspective, though, of, you know, it's always been from Jamie Lee Curtis, but maybe like from a family that was affected or attacked by Michael Myers, you know, and like how they got to be involved in that, or maybe, you know, like kind of bring it full circle, I guess, somewhat.
Well, I could see that almost being a spin-off and more of a TV series style. I love stuff like that. I love it when you take what would essentially be a random character or off the main ones, and the story branching out from there if it's done right. I love stuff like that. So I think that would be a cool take.
Yeah. So a movie that we actually did see earlier this year was God, what was that called? That was back in like April.
Did I see it with you guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
We went to the theater and watched it. God.
I probably have it wrote down in my book of dates.
But what was the one last year that was like really shitty about the moon?
Moonfall.
Yeah, but that was last year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but we went to the theater this year around March or April, and we watched one.
Was it horror, right?
Yeah, and Kat was like, she didn't like it, and I was like, that's not too bad. Like,
was it one that I got you guys to go see? It seems like
yeah. But I mean, it was fine. Like, it was okay, but it was a horror sci-fi type deal.
Yeah,
but it wasn't Moonfall, because that one we watched in Jump City, but this one we watched in Tinseltown. Or not.
I'd have to go back and look, and I'll in my book, because I would have wrote it down what we saw, so I can't.
But I remember going to the theater and watching that. I don't know what the name of it was.
And this will be a cut here.
yeah. That will definitely be a dissolve. Do you remember a movie that we did watch?
No, I don't. The only one I remember us watching was Moonfall.
Well, that was in Dun City.
Right, but I don't remember.
And then there was one that we went, and man, I know.
Was it Godzilla versus King Kong?
That was wasn't that last year?
Oh God. I can't remember. I'll just have to look.
I mean, so okay. It was after Godzilla King Kong, because we went back to the same. It was the same. It was at Cinemark.
Well,
but I mean, it was right in that general area, because we went like almost back-to-back weeks. I do remember that.
Well, to be honest, I can't think of it.
Well. Nothing like dead air.
It's that General Soap.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll look it up when I get home. But no, I can't. It wouldn't have been that one.
I'm not sure. But one thing that we did miss out on though in 2022, that I would really like to do it again in 2023 would be the HorrorCon in New Jersey.
Yeah, I was seeing that on Instagram. I was like, man, that would be another.
Because I think this year, well, he might have canceled, but Dexter.
Yeah,
was and I'm a big Dexter fan, so
I've seen part of the series. I liked it. So.
Yeah. But so next year though, I think we should go to that though.
Yeah, that would be.
Because that was one thing, and we had done other like we went to Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
We went to one in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, that was the last one we went to.
Yeah. And so, was there any, like, of those? Do you remember anything like stood out or that you liked about them or anything? I do. Like for me, the one in Gatlinburg, I got a Jason mask that was like custom made or designed or whatever, and they're at pretty much every convention. And every time we go, I'm like, I'm going to get a mask. I never get a mask. Usually because the one in New Jersey, they sell out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So at this one, I think we went on a Saturday or Friday.
I think Saturday.
And so we got there kind of early, and they still had something. So I do remember like purchasing that one, but
oh man, I was being interrupted.
Oh no, go ahead.
So as far as purchasing stuff, I don't think I bought anything there. I redid my